Have you ever pondered over the significance of obedience in your life, especially towards your parents? Welcome, friends, to another episode of Bible Wonders Unveiled. Today, we are embarking on a journey to explore a verse that holds a deeply ingrained principle in Christianity, Colossians 3:20. This verse, nestled in the heart of the New Testament, is a powerful reminder of the respect and obedience we owe to our parents. It's a simple yet profound verse. Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. But what does this truly mean, and why does it hold such a vital place in Christian life? These are the questions we'll be untangling today. We'll unearth the layers of wisdom this verse holds, and how it guides us in our daily lives, shaping our relationships and nurturing our spiritual growth. As we delve deeper into this verse, we will uncover the profound wisdom it holds for us. The verse begins with, "Children, obey your parents in everything," but what does that really mean? Let's delve deeper into this. When we think of obedience, our minds might automatically drift towards a strict authoritarian style of parenting, where children are expected to follow orders without question. But in the context of this verse, that's not exactly the case. The Bible presents obedience in a different light. It's not about an iron-fisted rule or blind submission. It's more about respect and understanding. The original Greek word used in this verse is hupakou, which means to listen, to heed, to conform to a command or authority. It's a call to attentiveness and responsiveness, not just compliance. Now, why is this important? Well, obedience in the biblical sense is about recognizing and acknowledging the wisdom and experience of those who have walked the path before us. It's about trusting their guidance and submitting to their authority, not because they are infallible, but because they are grounded in love and have our best interests at heart. In the Christian faith, this concept is crucial. It's part of the foundation of our relationships within the family unit. Parents have a God-given responsibility to guide their children, to teach them right from wrong, to help them grow in wisdom and character. And children, in turn, are called to respect and submit to this authority. But remember, this obedience isn't one-sided. It's a mutual understanding, a two-way street. Parents are also called to be understanding, compassionate, and fair. They are called to lead by example, to show their children the way of love, of kindness, of faith. So when the verse says, "Children, obey your parents in everything," it's not a command to accept everything without question. It's a call to listen, to respect, to understand. It's a call to love and be loved. Obedience in this context isn't about blind submission, but about respect, understanding, and love. The verse continues, "For this pleases the Lord." Why does our obedience to parents please the Lord? Well, let's delve into that. What is obedience? At its core, obedience is an act of trust, respect, and understanding. It's a gesture that communicates our willingness to submit to authority, to acknowledge that there is a wisdom greater than our own. Now, when we view obedience in this light, it's not hard to see why it pleases the Lord. You see, our parents are our first teachers in life. They guide us, protect us, and provide for us. In many ways, they are God's representatives in our family. They are tasked with the divine responsibility of raising us and shaping us into responsible, caring, and God-fearing individuals. So, when we obey our parents, we are essentially honoring God's representatives on earth, but it goes even deeper than that. The Bible tells us that God is our Heavenly Father, and we are His children. Therefore, our relationship with our earthly parents mirrors our relationship with our Heavenly Father. When we obey our parents, we are practicing the kind of obedience that God desires from us as His children. Now, it's important to remember that obedience is not about blind submission. It's not about doing things without understanding why. True obedience comes from a place of love, respect, and understanding. It's about recognizing the wisdom and experience of those who have walked this path before us, and trusting that they have our best interests at heart. Moreover, obedience to our parents is a reflection of our obedience to God. When we are obedient to our parents, we are demonstrating our willingness to follow God's commandments and live according to His divine plan. Our obedience becomes a testament of our faith, a sign that we trust in God's wisdom and guidance. So, to wrap it all up, our obedience to our parents pleases the Lord because it's a demonstration of our respect for His divine authority, our trust in His wisdom, and our commitment to living according to His divine plan. Through our obedience to our parents, we honor God and live according to His divine plan. So, what have we learned from dissecting Colossians 3:20? Well, we've journeyed through this profound verse, Unraveling its layers and discovering its powerful message, we began by focusing on the first part of the verse, "Children, obey your parents in everything," and explored the significance of obedience, not just as a societal expectation, but as a spiritual directive. We learned that obedience to parents isn't about blind submission or forfeiting our individuality, but about respect, understanding, and love. We then moved on to the second part of the verse, "For this pleases the Lord," and highlighted the spiritual implications of obedience. It's not just about making our parents happy or avoiding punishment. It's about pleasing God, our Heavenly Father. It's about aligning our actions with His will, following His divine blueprint for our lives. And let's not forget the word everything. It's a small word, but it carries a lot of weight. It's an all-encompassing term, urging us to obey in all areas of life. It's not just about obeying when it's convenient or when we agree with our parents. It's about obedience, even when it's difficult, even when we don't understand. It's a call to trust, to have faith in the wisdom of our parents and ultimately in the wisdom of God. So as we wrap up, let's remember that Colossians 3:20 isn't just a verse about obedience. It's a verse about love, respect, and faith. It's a reminder that our relationships with our parents, like our relationship with God, should be marked by love and reverence. It's a call to live our lives in a way that pleases God, to make choices that reflect His love and His will. In understanding and applying Colossians 3:20 in our lives, we find a path that leads us closer to God through our everyday interactions with our parents. It's a journey that's not always easy, but it's one that's filled with love, growth, and divine blessings. It's a journey that's well worth taking.